What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome back to the Dapper Snapper Gaming channel, and welcome back to UNPL Week 4. Now, we are coming off of our first loss of the season, unfortunately, last week. If you missed that battle, of course, make sure to check that out. We had a great match against Arts. Really tough matchup for us, so it was a tough one to lose, but we're hoping to bounce back this week and get to 3-1. That would be great. Make sure to maintain a winning record. But we've got a bit of an uphill battle this week as we are facing the Grandmaster himself, D-Ray, and that's going to be a tough one. D-Ray is a very talented battler, and he's got a really scary team, and all of that leads to a very difficult match, and so I'm looking forward to that. Before we jump into things, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. As you can see, most people who watch the channel are not subscribed, so please don't be one of those people. Help us to reach our goal of 4,000 subs by the end of this year. I think we can do it, but of course I need your help in order to get there. Then of course make sure to click the bell so you're notified when new videos are uploaded, and share the video with your friends. Of course, before the match, we always do a quick little team builder, and so here we go with that. As you can see, D-Ray was allowed to take chien-pao this time, and that is a bit of a problem. Yeah, D-Ray got first pick overall in our draft order in Uva Division, and so yeah, he took one of the greatest mons that's allowed in draft. Some drafts even ban this thing because it is that strong. So this is nothing to sneeze at, for sure. It's very difficult to switch into. It's very difficult to handle. So we've got our work cut out for us there. Then he got one of the new toys in the new Ogre Pawn Teal. This is the one that is pure grass type but can hold items. So that can be very threatening. It has a lot of versatility in what it can do. Landor's Therian, you know, it's been around for forever. It's always been a threat. I will say that it's a little less threatening in this current generation, in my opinion, but it's still very good, so don't sleep on that. Heatran, one of the best mons in draft, in my opinion. I think Heatran is incredibly good. Very strong mon for sure. We've got the Galarian Wheezing, which is a really cool pick. My opponent has 3 different abilities to choose from with this thing, and all of them have uses. So you've got like neutralizing gas, which can take away abilities. So like my guts on URSALUNA, forget it. My good as gold on my Golden Go, you can forget it. Magic bounce on Hatterene, you can forget it. So that can be very problematic. We've also got, it could run Misty Surge, which would prevent any kind of status if I was going to do like toxic spikes or anything, and it prevents my URSALUNA from being burned. So that's a problem. And of course Levitate, meaning that it would be immune to the ground type moves. So any of that can be really nice, and this thing's got some really nice stuff. We've got a Goodra, and of course that is one of the Terra captains. You've got those Terra types down there below. You've got a Slowking. You've got a Spiritomb, which is a low-key threat, honestly. Like that thing can actually put in some work. We've got a Alolan Sandslash, and we've also got Chimecho. Now, Chimecho is also a low-key threat too, because not only can it be kind of bulky, but it can also kind of be offensive. But the biggest thing is that it's one of 3 mons in the entire game right now that get Heal Belt. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of like toxic spike shenanigans. If you missed my second week's video, that'll of course be up in the iCard above for you, where we did a bunch of toxic spike stuff, and it went really well. Chimecho can basically just like heal off any poison stuff after there's like a defog or something, so that could be a thing. So yeah, there's a lot going on with this team, and it's very strong. It's piloted by a very competent coach this week. So yeah, needless to say, we've got our work cut out for us this week. I do think that our matchup is not the worst given the trades that we made. If you missed my announcement earlier this week, I made an announcement where I told you about some trades that I made going into this week following our loss. And so I dropped 5 mons and picked up 4. Spoiler alert, we're actually bringing all 4 of them this week. And originally I was only going to bring 2, but the more I was looking at it, I'm like, man, all of these pickups just are really great and work really well here. So I'm only bringing 2 of the mons that I had before, and the other 4 are the ones that I have just picked up because even more new toy syndrome, maybe? I don't know. Let's take a look at what we're bringing here. Starting off, kommo-o. Of course, we dropped that Dragonite and we have picked up kommo-o instead because I think it just fits our team comp a little bit better. And you know, our removal wasn't the best, and so relying on like multi-scale and stuff wasn't always great. So with this, we don't have that. Instead, we have something that can really be a lot more reliable in setting up and doesn't necessarily need to tank the hits with something like weakness policy. Instead, we're going with a mixed set this week. We've got a decent amount of bulk on this, but we're running mixed with Clangorous Soul, of course, to boost everything, Clanging Scales, Flash Cannon, and then the Drain Punch for something like Heatran. I can see something like an AV Heatran being really, really good here, and so that is obviously invited in by the prospect of me having something like Aura Sphere. And then you bop it on the physical side. Of course, it also helps me to cover for things like the chien-pao, and so it's just great. Of course, we've got Bulletproof that blocks a couple of things in here. I don't expect that to come up personally, but it is an option there that could work out there. So this is a good either mid-game breaker, maybe even late-game sweeper. I personally am not so keen on it being my late game sweeper, but it definitely could happen. We'll just have to see. Next up, we're bringing our new Moltres. We of course dropped Flareon, and so this is our new fire type, which is great. We're running the boots, of course, so that we don't take half from rocks if those get set up. And we're running the Terra Blast, we're running Flamethrower, U-Turn, and Roost. And of course, we're running Terra Ground this week. Terra Ground, of course, helps us to cover for things like Heatran that want to switch in on this pretty easily. This gives us some coverage for that, which is great. We're not just going to Terra this right off the bat, because obviously this makes us weak to things like the Ogerpon and the Chien-pao, but a delayed Terra might end up being a thing. We may not Terra at all. We'll just have to see where we end up on that. But we're decently bulky. We've got a little bit of HP on there, but we are mostly special attack invested, and then we've got a little bit of speed there. But really good set. I think that's going to help us do some work there. Next up, we've got Choice Banded Meowscarada. I have brought Focus Sash Meowscarada the first 2 weeks, then I brought Scarf last week. I've been wanting to bring Choice Band, and I just couldn't fit it on a team yet until this week. We are bringing Choice Banded Meowscarada, and this thing is going to hit like a truck. The combination of Flower Trick, Knockoff, Low Kick, and U-Turn are just really, really potent here. We do not have to run max speed at all, which is great. Of course, we're never going to outspeed something like Chien-pao, so we can kind of scale down our speed a little bit, which is great. One thing we do need to watch out for is the possibility of Sap Sipper on the Goodra. I could definitely see Sap Sipper Goodra here to eat the Flower Trick, especially if it is Terra Water. So that is something that we need to watch out for and not just run straight into the wall with, because I've been known to do things like that. So we need to watch out for that. Next up, we've got Hatterene, and of course Hatterene is our new and improved way of blocking any kind of incoming hazards or any other kind of status moves, and of course it is an amazing Trick Room setter. I needed both of those, and so unfortunately we had to let the Sylveon go. I was so sad that I had to do that, but I think this fits the team a lot better, and so that's why we're going to go with this. We've got a lefty set, pretty standard physically defensive set here with the Healing Wish, Draining Kiss, Psyshock, and Trick Room. Of course, we've got Trick Room in order to help our next Pokemon that's going to be coming up. My opponent really only has like a couple things that are pretty slow, at like the Slow King and that kind of thing, but I'm not really worried about Slow King. I really don't think it even comes to this matchup. I don't think any of the really slow stuff comes. I think we're going to be just fine. And so we can Trick Room, and then if my opponent is not so keen on knocking out the Hatterene, I can always Healing Wish and go into my URSALUNA. That's right, we are back with Guts, Flame Orb, URSALUNA. Flygon, this is for you. Flygon made a comment the other day and said that, you know, anytime that I see somebody with URSALUNA, they always run the Assault Vest after week 1, right? Week 1, it's Flame Orb. After that, it's Assault Vest. I'm proving you wrong. We're bringing Flame Orb week 4 because I really don't think I need the Assault Vest on this team. It's mostly physical attackers, at least of what I'm concerned about. There aren't a ton of really strong special attackers. Like there's Goodra, but I mean, this isn't my switch into Goodra. So I don't know. I don't really fear this all that much. I don't know. I don't think that it's going to be all that big of an issue. But basically, once Guts is set up on this thing and once it's burned, something just goes down. And what's amazing about this is if my opponent does happen to bring the neutralizing gas on wheezing, with max attack and brave, if I click facade, it's still just 2 shots the wheezing. So if you switch it in order to take that hit, even if you're max defense, you still get 2 shot by facade. That's just how strong URSALUNA is. So anything just drops here. And of course you can also see the sub focus punch because the memes. Is Drain Punch better? Absolutely. Do I care? Absolutely not. This is a lot of fun, and this is what we're going with for this week. I'd love to be able to set up a substitute on the last turn of Trick Room and then possibly get this off. Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. I think that's really cool. And then finally, our latest new addition. Again, we had Samurott, which did so much work in week 2, but we have replaced it with Tauros Paldea Aqua version. And this thing is really cool. We've got the Pyapa Berry here, of course, for the Psychic Fangs. Possibly a Psychic move from the Slowking, but I don't think that's coming. But I definitely can see Psychic Fangs coming on chien-pao, and so that's what's going to help with that. We're running a very defensive set with Bulk Up, with the Body Press, of course, to help out with our big defense stat. This thing's actually decently bulky, and so I really like this as a bulky water type. I think this thing's going to do a lot of work for our team, and I'm excited to show this off as a bulky one this time, and then in the future do some offensive stuff. It certainly has the move pool for it, and so I really am looking forward to making this work. So that is our team for this week. I am very much looking forward to this match with D-Ray. I'm going to go ahead and get joined up with him, and we will see you in the match. All right, we are searching for D-Ray. Here we go. I am looking forward to this. I am very nervous as well. I'm also very tired. We're doing this very late at night because D-Ray and I live in different time zones, so we had to figure out a time that that would work for us, and we got something figured out. So there he is. Let's see what he brought. Okay, that's kind of different than what I was expecting. I did mock a little bit. Let me grab my notebook. I did mock a little bit, and we never saw the Slowking or the Alola Slash, so that is interesting. Gotta watch out for that because that could be threatening in the late game. I feel like Tauros is a pretty good check though for that. Lando we're expecting to be Scarfed. And of course, as always, I didn't mention this in the team builder, but Danny Mac, of course, helped me out a ton with this team. We both were pretty much on the same page, and we put something together that I think ended up pretty good. I ended up winning most of my mocks, so I'm feeling okay. Although I did not face this team, so maybe there's something that D-Ray knows that I don't, but. Hopefully we'll do okay. So to lead off here, I kind of want to just lead with kommo-o, actually. No. Yeah, we're gonna lead this. If this ends up being bad, then we'll figure something out. It was either this or Bull, really, as my lead. We'll just have to see what my opponent wants to do. But yeah, we're kind of expecting Scarf Lando. And of course, we're looking at... Yeah, so there's lead Lando, which is fine. This isn't the best for us. We definitely don't want to take a knockoff. I'm going to immediately swap into KFC here. My Moltres, maybe catch a... U-turn or something like that, and that might end up being okay. Could go for rocks here, which would be a really good play. I don't have any removal. I just have the, of course, initial deterrent, as it were. So hopefully we can keep most of the hazards off the field. It's kind of a 50-50 here, right? Because my opponent could go for rocks here expecting Hatterene, or could go for like knockoff, or knockoff expecting Hatterene, rocks expecting anything else. U-turn just for momentum. There's the U-turn. Okay, give me a burn, please. Thank you. Great, great, great. That is awesome. We'll take that. That is a huge threat, especially to Moltres neutered right off the bat, which is great. We don't see Ogerpon, which is fine. I don't think Ogerpon had that great of a matchup into my team outside of the bull, but I think that really opens up the bull. There's Gooby-Doo. That is the Goodra. This thing is most likely going to be Terra Water, at least in my mocks. That's what it was. I mean, you're just gonna go for the water move? Is that all you want to do right now? Could go straight into Hatterene here if I wanted to. Yeah, let's just go straight Hat. Like I said, if it does Terra Water, I'm assuming that it's Sap Sipper. I'm going into this assuming it's Sap Sipper. It might be Gooey, but I kind of doubt it. And I think it has another ability that I'm not remembering right now. Acid. Okay. That's something I don't like. Because that really hurts Hatterene. That's a good tech, though. That is a really nice tech. Let's see here. Yeah, no wheezing is pretty nice, too. At -2, Goodra might just be able to take this out, which is not good. I definitely don't want to... Yeah, if you have Sludge Bomb, this goes down, and I cannot afford to do that right now. I'm going to scout for the Sludge Bomb by going into kommo-o, because I would be immune to that with Bulletproof. What do you go into? Chalupa? What is that? Heatran? Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that switch. Yeah, I could have just Trick Roomed right there, and that would have been pretty dangerous, but that also was a little too risky for my taste. I don't think that that's a risk I was willing to take. So, I mean, you turned out last time, so I mean, I don't know what your answer to this is really. I mean, because I'm faster than this normally, correct? Sorry, I'm getting over being sick, and so I've got a bit of a cough. I will try not to cough directly into the microphone. I don't see why I don't just do some braking right now. I mean, don't be like Mirror Herb something. I probably should have just scouted for it first. Magic Conch, okay. Yeah, I mean, this thing's gonna be very specially bulky. Very, very specially bulky. But at the same time, I don't know that you can really take me out right now. Because you have to be Chilly Reception, right? You're not gonna be like Assault Vest. That's not gonna be a thing. Let's see, so I'm at 216 HP. Slowking. I'm assuming you're more defensive here. Let's see. Kommo-o +2. If you're just max HP, then I just straight KO. Psychic, I don't... Well, Psychic could KO me here. Is it worth getting all that chip on this? Taking a Psychic to the face? I don't know that it is. I'm gonna have to give up my boosts. I think I went too early. I think I went too early. Like I said, I was getting in my head about the mocks, and I think that that's a bad idea. Yeah, there's the Psychic. So yeah, I can't take that. That would have taken me out, and I'd have thrown away something key right there off the bat. I believe Goodra just comes in here, so I just click Knock. I don't click Flower Trick. Flower Trick's just going to give you Sap Sipper. I'm assuming that's what you go into. No? Okay. I mean, I'll knock off this thing's probably Scarf? Maybe? We'll see. Bop. Ouch. Yep, there's the Scarf. Yeah, Scarf is really good into my team, so I totally understand that. Originally, I had Monkey Dory with Adrenaline Orb and Nasty Plot just to catch this on switch in, which is pretty funny. So, I mean, surely you go for... I mean... I'm going to go back into this time. Because my opponent could just go for like a rock move, expecting Moltres, and I do not want to take that. You could just U-turn as well, which totally makes sense. But I would rather not deal with that. The ultimate play right now would be setting rocks if you brought rocks. There's U-turn, yeah. Okay, so could have gone Moltres, which would have been fine, but it's not a big deal. Like I said, kommo-o is really not my, like, end-all be-all here. There's Diego. Alright. This thing is a problem. This thing is a huge problem. I go straight into Bull here, and I can take any one hit with my Psychic Resist Berry. I'm assuming you click the Psychic Fangs here. Ah, Clear Amulet. That's good tech. That's good tech. That does nothing, actually. Yeah, that actually does nothing, but that does mean that he's not, like, banded or anything, which is really, really great. So after Berry, Psychic Fangs does about 20... Okay, so he's probably max attack Jolly, roughly. Does like 25 to 30, so that's roughly where we're at on that. And then after that, it won't quite KO. So, I mean, I'm gonna click Body Press here, just in case he... Yeah, okay. I could have bulked up there. Would have been okay, but yeah, it goes into Magic Conch. That's fine. I just need to get a position to where I can get in the Hatterene and start dealing some damage. I'm gonna click Lash Out here, because this is... That did 0. My goodness, that did 0. Yeah, there's the Chilly Reception. But this being in kind of discourages the Alola Slash from coming in just yet. So that's pretty nice. But Clear Amulet makes sense. I totally get that. I definitely need to get Hatterene in and set Trick Room. And then try to go from there. I don't think that you can KO my URSALUNA with really anything. And then I just kind of click Facade on pretty much everything, and yeah, I mean that's just going to deal lots and lots of damage, and then I can possibly set up a substitute and maybe focus punch that Heatran right in the face, or anything else. That'd be great. We got 3 things weak to the focus punch, so I would love to hit any of those in the face. I just need to be careful about my positioning, because if I let him get going, then this can go south really quickly. So, just got to be really, really careful. I'm definitely going to preserve this, because this is definitely nice to... Yeah, Slushy? Okay. So, this is probably you're going to be your Terra Captain, then. Might be Terra Electric, which could be a bit of an issue. Yeah, definitely could be a problem. I'm going to go into my Moltres here. Pulls the double. Okay. Okay, I mean that's fine. That's fine. I'll double out here. Or I'll probably U-turn out rather than double out. Yeah, I've got to keep this healthy. I just click U-turn here. I mean, the chip's really not going to make a huge difference here just because of the regenerator, but I mean, we'll see what my opponent wants to do. I mean, I've got roost for later, so that's fine. I don't want to tear ground just yet because chien-pao is right there and Alola Slash is right there. So yeah, I gotta be really careful about that. I would like to go into Hatterene if possible. That would be ideal. And then I would love to start breaking a little bit. That would be fantastic. All right, we do see the switch out, which is great. Into Goodra. Okay. That's fine. The damage is okay, I suppose. The damage is all right. So I can go into Hatterene as long if I'm not -2. So we should be all right there. And I'm clicking Trick Room. I am clicking Trick Room 100%. I'm not going to Healing Wish yet. May end up doing that later in the game. Could definitely help with some of my other stuff. But I don't want to do that just yet. Dragon Pulse kind of over-predicts a double there. Over-predicts on a double for sure. And I'm just going to go straight into URSALUNA. I mean, what do you do here to URSALUNA? Or do I stay in on this? I could also just Psyshock because that hits on the physical side. But this thing could also go for like a Surf or something, and that would kind of hurt. Would definitely kind of hurt. This is risky, but we're going to do it. Very risky. Might end up being bad. Scald. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and burn me. That's fine. I'll burn myself. I will absolutely burn myself. And I just click Facade here. Yeah, I just click Facade and something goes down. I don't think that really anything on your team can take that. Maybe Heatran, but then I can follow that up with something else. So I'm not that concerned. So yeah, it's just kind of pick your sack at the moment. Gonna sack Lando. That makes sense. So Lando's gone. That's fine. No more Intimidate to deal with in the future, which is great. So URSALUNA at -1. That's fine. I don't think I'm in Ice Shard range. And of course my camera cuts out, but we should be back. I don't believe I'm in Ice Shard range yet. No, I'm not. Slowking. Yeah, this doesn't do as much as I would like if you're max defense. I mean, if you're not max defense, this does over half to you. But Surf is a KO. Okay, how many more turns of Trick Room? 2? Do I go for the big damage? This is kind of a win con at the end, isn't it? Definitely could be a win con at the end. I think we see Water move here. So I'm going to save this because it definitely has some use later on. And I can Healing Wish back up and then get my Flame Orb reactivated. Scald, okay. Please don't. Okay, great. That's fantastic. That'll work. That'll work. I Okay. So... I mean, you can go for that again if you want to. I'm going to click U-turn. I'll be slower because I'm in Trick Room, but that's fine. Yes, this is the last turn of Trick Room. Chalupa. Alright. Goes into the Heatran. That's fine. Man, if I'd have called that and gone for low kick, that would have been fantastic. Please don't burn me. Thank you. Great. We got a little lucky there, which is good. I mean, I can just go Tauros Bull here, right? Yeah, Intimidate does not matter. Lefties, yep, you're more of a bulky set. Makes sense. Makes total sense. Twisted Dimensions return to normal. And... do I just get a Raging Bull off here? Could also just bulk up. Alright, let's get some damage. See if he wants to stay in with this. No, he doesn't. I mean, bulk up could have been okay there. I don't know that I have enough HP for it to be all that worth it at the moment. This Slowking's going to be hard to break. I definitely need to have some prior damage on it. Yeah, that Rocky Helmet's rough. Let's see. So how do I break this? I don't really know how I break this. Because I think you go for Chili here. You go back into this. I think you just go for Chili Reception at this point. This is hard because even, like, I took Lando out, which is good. That definitely helps all of my physical attackers. And if I really need this in the end game, I could always try to Healing Wish that back up. But we probably just see a Chili. Yeah, that makes sense. Could also sack the Bull. I mean, I don't want to. But I mean... with it being so low, I'd have to get a Healing Wish off, and I feel like I'm gonna need my Healing Wish in order to make the what's it called? The Sand Slash work. Yeah. So what do I do here? Let's go ahead and let this go. I think that's fine. Like I said, the Intimidate doesn't help me with Chien-pao. Doesn't affect Heatran. This is the only thing it really affects right now. And so getting it to -1 is going to be a good thing. Plus we might get to go ahead and have it blow its Terra, maybe? We'll see. It does not blow its Terra yet. We may end up living this. Are you loaded dice? I bet you are. Yeah, loaded dice Icicle Spear on this thing, which is pretty cool. That is pretty neat. Yeah, I mean, I think we just let this take us down. I'm going to click Body Press. I mean, he may just go back into the Slowking, which is fine. Preserving the Intimidate's not a bad thing. It's just, right now, both of us are just kind of vying for positioning. Yeah, I could have gone back to Meowscarada, I guess. That would have been okay. Yeah, that was pretty telegraphed. Because this is not going to do much damage. Yeah, that does 0. So yeah, I go down to Rocky Helmet. Go down to Rocky Helmet there. So... Tauros went down to Rocky Helmet on Slowking. This is just Meowscarada for sure. Yeah. And I just get a knockoff. Maybe deal some big damage. I'm still not clicking Flower Trick because I think that Gudra is... Alright, yeah, he's really going for that burn. Yeah, he's really trying for that burn on me. Decent damage. There go the leftovers. Still doesn't get it. Wow, that is really unfortunate. I go into KFC here. I don't think he can really touch me with that. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, it's really hard to break that Slow King, because once Slow King is gone, I think that I just kind of sweep with URSALUNA? Question mark? Maybe? I don't know. That's certainly what we were going to attempt to do, but like I said, I also can't Terra yet because of the chien-pao. So that's also a bit of an issue. Okay, protect. That's fine. That should be okay. Let's see. I'll just click U-turn here, see what he wants to do. I don't think that really hurts me at all by clicking that. That way I can kind of gauge what he wants to do. I don't know why this would stay in. I don't think it really has much that can deal with a Moltres. And like I said, I'm always threatening the Terra here, even though I'm still not going to go for it quite yet. Yeah, I'm clicking U-turn. Still not gonna do it. That Rocky Helmet is really annoying. It's incredibly annoying. I'm going back into this. Now, do I predict the Heatran this time? I have not predicted the Heatran at all, and I feel like this will be the one time that I get it wrong. But if I can remove Heatran, that would be nice. And I really won't need to Terra at that point if I can remove Heatran. Let's predict Heatran. Is it going to be... Yes, okay, we finally get that right. We're carrying the low kick specifically for this. He's been trying to burn me all game with it. There's the low kick. Get this thing out of here. Okay. Please don't burn me. Dang it, he gets me on the last one. That does suck. If I'd have actually predicted earlier, I wouldn't have gotten punished as hard. So I need to actually be making some plays here. So it's a 5-4. Still very much anybody's game. But my opponent can very easily just go right back into the Slow King. I'm sure he is aware that I am banded. Goes into Gudra. That's also fine. That's also fine. What do I want to do about that? I mean, Gudra isn't like that big of a threat right now, I don't think. I have to be able to hit it on the physical side, so I can't let this go down, because otherwise it just completely walls me. If I can get a sub set up, I'd be in a good spot. But yeah, I've got to swap no matter what. Because low kick is doing 0 to this thing. But ultimately, knockoff is still going to be great. Acid spray, okay. It's fine, I just U-turn. I just U-turn. I don't want to take anything that you have to offer at when I'm at -2 special defense. That seems like a really bad idea. In fact, it seems like a terrible idea. I could go back into this and knock off. Because yeah, your knockoff switch in was the Heatran, and it's gone now. Stalled. I'm already burned, so can't make that any worse. Yeah, I just click knockoff again, right? And just take out whatever item that you want to give me. I mean, I'm still banded at the end of the day. I'm still a Meowscarada. Like, I'm still, like the damage is not going to be nearly as much as what it was, but it's still going to be okay, right? And getting rid of this needed utility is huge. My opponent might want to go into something like the chien-pao even, just to predict. I mean, that's a pretty gutsy prediction, but I mean, you don't really need the clear amulet anymore. So that could be a prediction you make. I don't know. I feel like knockoff's pretty safe here. I don't think you're gonna go just raw chien-pao, but maybe you do. If you do, that's a really good play, and I probably could have predicted that and done massive damage, but that's okay. That's okay. We actually do get the Terra on this and not the Alola Slash. Okay. I'm assuming you're Terra Water and not Fairy? Yeah. Terra Water makes sense. I get it. Like I said, I still think he's Sap Sipper, so I don't want to deal with that. AV? Yeah, okay. You are very bulky, my friend, and I don't want to deal with that. I don't think that it's quite a KO on this just yet. I don't think it's quite a KO. If I click Scald, that hurts. I'm just gonna click Knock again. I don't think this is quite a KO. Oh, it does. Okay, great. So that is his Terra down. That had to have been a roll, right? I think I rolled low on the first one and rolled a little higher on the second one. I don't think that was guaranteed. At least I don't think so. I wouldn't bank on that being guaranteed. In comes chien-pao. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, actually. So we know that you are not like banded, but I'm assuming you're like jolly offensive. I mean, Hatterene can take a hit. I'm just gonna let this go down, I guess. There's the shard. Makes sense. Or I could just go this and roost. Yeah, I think I just go this and roost. Yeah, I mean, like, what you're doing is going to hurt, but I'm also bluffing being a little more defensive than what I actually am. So, that's a thing. You probably go, yeah, that makes sense. But I get this roost off for free, which is really nice. Definitely want that health back. I'm definitely bluffing being a lot more defensive than what I am. Because I'm really not that defensive. But I certainly want my opponent to think that I am. So I'm going to click U-turn here. Because, yeah, I want him to think that this is an answer, even though it's not as much of an answer as what it comes across. And I'm going to go into this. And Scald. That's okay. Cool with that. No burn. Great. I mean, the burn isn't, you know, all that important for our damage, but I'd rather not have to take damage every single turn. I'm going to set Trick Room again. Scald is fine. I mean, I could go into this. Well, I don't want to go into this just yet. Because it's Slowking, Chien-pao, and Sandslash. This thing could clean up at the end if I can get set up. I don't know how I get set up, though. Because I think chien-pao just kind of KOs me on anything. I think I just kind of get KO'd by about anything, honestly, at this point. Yeah, so this might be a sack. And I've got to do it with URSALUNA. Yeah, I mean, even if I am to Healing Wish that up afterward, I'm gonna get a little bit of chip here. Ow. I feel like that hurt more than normal. I mean, the recovery was decent, but I hate that it's that it's contact. That kind of sucks. Problem is, it's not free. None of my switches are really free. So yeah, Trick Room, we've got 3 more turns. It's kind of hurting me more than it's helping me. At the moment, I probably could have thought that through a little bit better. I'm gonna click Healing Wish. Hang on. Hold up. Hold up. I got 2 more turns. I go URSALUNA. This gets healed back up. My physical bulk is a lot better than my special. And I click sub here, right? I think I click sub here. Yeah, it's going to heal my burn, but I get it right back, so that's fine. I'm going to click substitute. Because this guarantees that I'll have 2 turns in order to take out the Slow King, which is fantastic. So I will absolutely take that. Nothing you're going to go for, even your ice type moves, aren't going to do all that much to me. Yeah, and I'm faster anyway. So let's see what you want to do. Spear. Alright, I mean, I figured you'd want to switch there, but I mean, my sub takes at least a couple of these. This is where I wish I had Drain Punch over Focus Punch, because Focus Punch is kind of screwing me at the moment. Yeah, I would have loved to have had Drain Punch, because that would have been very, very helpful. So we're just going to click Headlong then. I mean, Headlong's going to deal a ton. I don't think this is going to live unless it's... Well, no, it's definitely not Focus Sash. It's loaded dice. So we should be able to take this out, I would think. Because we're still in Trick Room. Because yeah, I'm min speed. You're trying to be speedy. This should be okay, I think. And if you want to go into something else, then that's fine. Nothing else is really going to take this all that well. So what do we want to go for here? Even I don't know if this thing gets Ice Shard or not, but I doubt that I'm in Ice Shard range. Yeah, this is gone. Okay. Alright, Sand Slash is gone. We're down to chien-pao and Slow King. I might be... Yeah, there's the Trick Room over. So what's stopping you from going chien-pao and cleaning up right now? I don't know that there is anything doing that. I might just lose to chien-pao here. In classic chien-pao fashion. I mean, I have to let this go down. That's just the hard part of it. Unless I want to sack kommo-o. I don't think kommo-o does anything. Yeah, I think I sack kommo-o. Let's keep that around. And let's sack kommo-o. Because I don't think this helps me anymore. Crash. Missed. Okay. I mean, I just click Drain Punch here. I'm not going to go for any kind of setup. I mean, if you missed 2, then we've got... Yeah, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. So yeah, I mean, if I can get this thing low enough... If I can get this thing down low enough, I mean, maybe? Maybe I've got a shot? I don't know. I'm gonna click Clanging Scales. Yeah, this thing has a lot of special defense, and this probably isn't gonna do all that much. But I mean, I think I need the HP more than I need to set up. So, okay. I mean, that's half. And the defense drop really doesn't matter. This takes me out. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Then I go this. I should be faster than you, right? Unless you're like speedy for some reason. And click Facade. Because my base speed's like 20 higher than yours. Right? I mean, because you can't switch in chien-pao here. At least I don't think that's the play. Man, I definitely could have predicted better in this game. I definitely could have caught some things earlier and made this a lot easier on myself. Like I said, I think this was an okay matchup, but I definitely don't think I played as well as what I should have, which is unfortunate. I am faster. This is gone. Goodbye. Alright, and URSALUNA takes out Slowking. And last thing is chien-pao, which we are just going to let take us out. I'm going to show off the focus punch tech. I'm going to click it. It's not going to happen, but I'm going to click it anyway. He's going to take me out with Ice Shard, which makes sense. But he'll get to see is tightening its focus, just so that I can show off the tech. Because yeah, obviously this thing is not going to do anything. I'm at 41 HP. Just to show off the tech. Got to do it. You got to show off the tech, right? You have to. So we're gonna do that, and then go down promptly. So yeah, you can shard. You can. I would assume he's gonna shard here so that he doesn't risk missing crash, because that would be really bad. And he doesn't need crash here, obviously. I have 41 HP, so yeah. There's the. I get to show off the animation just to flex a little bit, even though he's gonna take me out. He did go for the crash, so that could have missed, and I could have, yeah, that could have missed, and could have gone down to a, wow, that could have been bad. That could have been really bad, actually. And so now we go Moltres and chien-pao, and I should not go down to anything. As long as I don't flinch. Yep. And Flamethrower, this should OHKO. And it does. Wow. Narrow 1-0 victory over D-Ray. Man, that was a tough match. D-Ray played out of his mind. I think that he had a rough matchup going into this, but he played really well. I was kind of hesitant to make some predictions on this, but man, yeah, D-Ray played really well. It's an absolute honor. I've been meaning to say this whole time. It's an absolute honor to play D-Ray. He was one of the top people when I saw the roster of players that I was looking forward to facing, and so it's an absolute honor to get to play against D-Ray. If you're watching this, it's been amazing getting to play you, and so yeah, I've been looking forward to this match very much. I'm glad we were able to take a narrow victory. It worked out in the end. So thank you for all of you for watching. Thank you, D-Ray, for an amazing match. And so we will be back again next week talking more Ranger stuff for D&D and, of course, for Week 5 of UNPL. Until next time, stay safe out there, stay healthy. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.